Why performance enhancing drugs should be banned from Major League Baseball. Baseball is a sport where it takes a lot of talent for a baseball player to be the best at it. There are some players where it comes naturally, where they excel at the game with ease. Then you have those that must work hard to be the best at the position that they play or the strongest in hitting. However, they're the type of players that love the game so much they will do whatever it takes to be the best. Some players find a way to use performance enhancing drugs as a mechanism to achieve that greatness. See, the reason for PEDs is that they want to be the best that they can be. They want to pursue their dreams at being the best in the league. Some baseball players think that they need to use the drugs to be the best and the all-time greatest player. And that was found in an article written by Perry Arnold, Performance Enhancing Drugs in Baseball. What are they? What effect? See, even though there may be athletes that are honest, it's the ones that take the drugs that ruins the enjoyment for the whole bunch. Some players feel inadequate without help. Mental health is a whole other topic of its own, but players need to play a part where it plays a part of why athletes use PEDs. Because of that feeling of not being good enough or better than the next guy, it drives them to use drugs to help them. These drugs are used as painkillers. Baseball isn't a very aggressive sport per se, say like football or other contact sports, because it's not that much of a contact sport. It doesn't take a physical toll on the human body as much as other sports would. It uses muscles and body strength, so therefore a baseball player must put the body through workouts and training. Injuries happen in baseball as well as they would in other sports. When these injuries happen, the players will get a shot in the area that hurts, so therefore they can keep playing. For example, if a baseball player hurts his shoulder and is going through a lot of pain, they'll have shoulder surgery. And so after the surgery, it'll hurt sometimes. So they'll take a steroid shot to mask the pain so that they can keep playing. That was also found in the article by Perry Arnold. So what are the risks of using PEDs? There are many different types of steroids that are considered PEDs. These are what you call designer drugs. The anabolic steroids can be very dangerous. These synthetic drugs are made to go undetected for athletes specifically. So they aren't even FDA approved. And that is found by an article that was written by a Mayo Clinic that did a study on steroid drugs. The term is called doping. That's what happens when you use PEDs, and they have many side effects. These side effects may include increase in muscle mass that is far beyond the rate where you normally increase muscle mass to where it's not natural. Doping gives the body the ability to recover from an injury quicker, so therefore a player can work harder. That is also found in the Mayo Clinic article. These PEDs also don't always come in a normal drug shot, so therefore they're not always bad. Some baseball players take supplements in place of the drug or in addition to these drug shots. Players use powder boosters for their muscles to release natural energy, so like pre-workout or post-workout powders that increase and release natural energy throughout their body. The name of this drug is creatine, which keeps and releases energy into blood cells, sort of like a quick burst of energy in weight training or workouts or during a game. That is also found in the Mayo Clinic article where it talks about these supplements. While supplements can be a good thing, they're also stimulants. Stimulants can be a good thing. They're used to stimulate the nerve system, make their heart rate skyrocket, or increase their blood pressure. And using these effects, it helps their endurance increase, so they can work harder. Their rate of fatigue decreases, so they can play and work longer rather than becoming tired and in pain. It allows the athlete to become better than the average baseball athlete. So what is the residue that these PEDs leave behind? How does it taint the game? Baseball has been played for many years. Many players have come and gone, many legends, heroes, athletes that little boys and girls look up to. There are those players that decide to throw away their influence by being influenced by these drugs. In 2003 was when the performance-enhancing drugs were banned permanently from the MLB. 1999 to 2003 were the years of steroids. Players were caught and punished. Now, what was the punishment for using PEDs? What was the punishment for using performance-enhancing drugs? From 1990 to 2003, all players were subjected to be tested for performance-enhancing drugs. If caught for the first time, the punishment would be a 10-game suspension ban. The second time would be a 50-game suspension ban. And if caught a third time, it would be a 100-game suspension ban or a lifetime ban, depending on the severity of the case, as reported by ESPN. Records and stats were affected because of the players. Now, if you look at the comparison from 2014 to 2000, the stats are different in comparison. It is due to the fact of how much PEDs were used years ago, because MLB officials, before MLB officials really outlawed the drug. So which players were held accountable? Well, Alex Rodriguez, in 2009, Alex Rodriguez, otherwise known as A-Rod, admitted to using PEDs while he played for the Texas Rangers in 2001 to 2003, as reported by ESPN. He said that he was under a lot of pressure because of a big contract that the Rangers had given him. So he was under so much pressure, he strove to the drugs rather than using his own natural talent because of how much pressure he was under, and he needed to be the best player he could be. Now, another example is Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds played for the San Francisco Giants. He led the league in home runs that year with 73 home runs in a single season in 2001. Barry Bonds had barely reached the 500 home run mark in prior season, and was later investigated that he was using many substances of doping. So therefore, he's not the home run leader of the MLB. Hank Aaron is, because Hank Aaron achieved that award by being the best he could be without performance-enhancing drugs. So with using performance-enhancing drugs to be better at the game, many people can be dangerous. It gives the players an unfair advantage to be successful to the point where others can't compete. If the player uses it, he's successful, and other players are putting themselves at risk because of how well he's playing. It also puts the player at risk for his own body. It consists of many different dangers, so therefore performance-enhancing drugs should continue to stay banned from the Major League Baseball corporation to keep their participants safe. Thank you.